What's up, friends? I've got more information about Sondors and the Metacycle from an individual that works with Sondors. You still think this bike is the greatest thing coming out in 2021? Are you skeptical? Think it's a total scam? Let's talk about it. Welcome back. We are gathered here today to talk more about Sondors as a company and the Metacycle, their product. And I owe a good chunk of my subscriptions, comments, likes, views, all of it to you guys and the Sondors Metacycle. So I figured I'm gonna make as many videos as I can as long as they keep releasing information. But this time, someone that works with Sondors hit me up, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about the company in depth. We're gonna talk about the Metacycle. I've got confirmation on several things, details. Spoiler alert, I'm not riding a Metacycle in this video. Not yet. I'm working on that. Look at all these notes I've got for this video. Do you guys read Chicken Scratch? Anybody? What? Doesn't matter. We don't need it. Because where we're going... Damn it. I already ripped the page. I can't rip it again. It doesn't matter. It's all up here anyway. So let's dive in. By the way, feel free to leave some feedback. Leave a comment. Let's talk. If you liked the video, definitely leave some feedback. If you hate the video, definitely leave some feedback. You think I suck? Leave some feedback. You know, I just want to talk. I want to talk to the community. You guys are all really cool. I've enjoyed it. So please leave some feedback and maybe subscribe if you want. All right, let's do a real quick recap on some updates that came out from Sondors since I made the last update video. In early February, Sondors released a video of the Metacycle riding on the streets of LA from Irvine to Long Beach. Sondors cited a total distance of 48 miles ridden and an average speed of 45 miles an hour, and at the end of it, 20% of the battery was remaining. So it's been determined that that gives about a 60-mile maximum range with an average speed of 45 miles an hour. And they caught some flack for taking, you know, side streets and city streets rather than taking freeways, but you know, I don't expect them to cruise on the freeway in a video that they're releasing to the public and only get, you know, 15, 20 miles out of it. Go check out the story if you want. It's all there. And then about a week ago, Sondors dropped this removable battery demonstration video. Let's watch, shall we? All right, kickstand down. Let's see, key goes in, unlocks, and pulls it out. All right, simple enough. Okay. Hey, whoever's doing production for Sondors, this is made a banger. All right, so we've got more details here than you guys probably realize. So let's break it down. This dude is pulling the battery pack out. You can see some wiring exposed, and then you realize that the motor controller is mounted below the battery pack. See, this ugly orange cable that runs back to the motor that everybody complains about is the phase wiring for the motor. So there's 3 cables inside of that orange sheathing. Each cable representing a phase. It's a 3-phase motor. Based on this little tidbit of the motor controller that we can see down there, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that this is a Votal EM series motor controller. But check it out, here's a photo of a Votal EM200 motor controller next to this picture, and you can clearly see the label here and the yellow warning sign there. And yeah, you can see the phase wiring coming in. All the phase wiring is on this side and run into the controller. Blue, green, and yellow cables. There you go. Mystery solved. It's probably a Votal EM200. The 200 stands for 200 amps. And what's 72 volts times 200 amps? 14.5 kilowatts. The biggest mystery with this video is how the battery pack is electrically connected to everything else. This guy just unlocks the battery and pulls it out without disconnecting a single cable. It's got to be one of 2 things, right? So either the battery pack was never connected in the first place because they were shooting a video and they wanted to be able to just pull it right out, or it's got some kind of sliding connection lock system similar to cordless drill batteries where you slide them in, they lock and make that electrical connection. And then to end the video, this guy's like, look ma, one hand, and he's just, you know, carrying that 50-pound battery in like it ain't nothing. That's enough speculating. Let's move on and get to the good stuff. I've been drinking a little bit and my southern accent is trying to weasel its way out, so I gotta beat it back down. So I was contacted by an independent contractor that works with Sondors and is pretty close to the CEO, Storm Sondor himself. I'm not going to use this individual's real name, so I'm just gonna refer to him as the guy. All right, so now I can say I know a guy. We're talking about the guy. Now the guy has been working as an independent contractor with Sondors for a while, and he gave me some good info. Nothing, you know, secretive or groundbreaking, but he did confirm some things that we were wondering. And I'm working with him to try to visit Sondors' place of business and check out their prototype vehicles and hopefully get to ride the Metacycle as well. I'm not sure how much I'll be able to film, but best believe I will do my best to film as much as I can. Keep you guys posted on it, I promise. So the guy gave me some information on how Sondors operates as a company. First off, Sondors has very few employees. Some of their employees are working on the electric car or the three-wheeler, and some are working on the Metacycle. It is not clear how many of these employees are Sondors employees and independent contractors, but they seem to have both. Storm Sondor is the chief designer, so he's the one that comes up with the idea, the design, and he has his small team build a prototype of his vision. And once they've completed a prototype, they ship it off to China to have it produced. I think we've heard that before. Which makes sense, right? I mean, they're not going to produce this bike in-house themselves. They're going to go to China and tell some company, hey, we need X number of units. We all know China is great at copying things. You know, ship them your prototype, they'll figure out how to make it at, a fraction of the cost. They'll source all the raw materials, the tooling, etc. So this allows Sondors to outsource a lot, actually. Some engineering, manufacturing. Think about it. They're not designing a motor controller in-house, a motor in-house. They're basically just building their vision for what they want and shipping it overseas and saying, hey, we need you to make X amount of these. Now, this could be a problem down the road, if China decides to start making their own version of this bike, a simplistic, stripped down electric motorcycle, and, sells them for less than the Metacycle at some point, but we're not there yet. Sondors' overhead cost is pretty low. They've got a small number of employees, they're outsourcing, engineering, manufacturing, saving costs there, and this is helping them bring the cost of their product down. Right, here are the details that I got from the guy about the Metacycle. The prototype version of the bike uses pouch cells, but the production version is confirmed to be using 21700 cylindrical cells, which, as you may know, is the cell that is used in the Tesla Model 3. The cell's used all over industry and is only becoming more and more popular. Now, he didn't specify which model of the 21700 is being used, but we do know that that is the cell they have chosen to go with. So, fun fact. The prototype frame was made from billet aluminum, so it was actually CNC'd out from a large block of aluminum. I'm not certain yet how they plan to manufacture the new frame. He wasn't quite sure either. Probably hydroforming, maybe casting. Now, I'm pretty sure, and the guy didn't say no, that the guts of the motor are supplied by QS Motor, a major electric motor supplier for the world. And these motor guts are repackaged inside of a custom housing for the Metacycle. And these motors are often paired with, you guessed it, the Votal EM series motor controllers. This bike will have regenerative braking, but we don't know how aggressive that regen will be and if the user will have the ability to change the regen settings. The software is going to be fixed from factory, so there probably won't be any user adjustability is what it sounds like. So we're just gonna have to hack it ourselves. The bike is confirmed to have built-in front and rear security disc brake locks, so you'll be able to lock the brakes with a key, but I wouldn't rely on that alone. I mean, think about it. You take this battery out of the bike, that's 50 pounds gone. A 150-pound bike, that could be lifted and thrown in the back of a truck easy. I would get some kind of GPS tracker for it, maybe even a motion-triggered alarm, something. Now, one thing that the guy told me that I thought was pretty interesting is that the steering end stops were too short, too close together. So the steering angle was way less than you would want, especially at low speeds. So that's something that Sondors is changing for the production version so that you'll have a wider steering angle. So of course I asked the guy about their new Q3 delivery target that they claim is totally doable. I know I've been kind of a pessimist when it comes to the delivery targets, and I mean that's just because of what the industry has done to us in the past with other companies and other products. He said that every part that they need to produce the Metacycle is available right now. So that bodes well for those delivery target times. So some of the first Metacycles could be delivered between July and September. And if that's the case, then I'm gonna eat my words. I'm gonna have to eat. I'm not gonna eat a piece of paper. A really fun fact about their Rockstar model e-bike, and this applies to several people that have, voiced this in the comments section on my videos. They've had some delays. There's people still waiting on their bikes, and these dates have just moved further and further out. And thanks to this past year, there is a worldwide shortage of bicycle parts. Okay, so bicycle parts are hard to get for any manufacturer. I was told that the brakes for the Rockstar have been very hard to get, and it's not just limited to that one part. There are probably other parts as well that they are not able to get. So this is supposedly causing delays for their electric bicycle deliveries. Now, I guess this doesn't matter for the motorcycle guys, right? The electric motorcycle parts game is strong right now. You shouldn't have a problem getting parts, which means that Sondors probably will deliver by Q3. So that's about all the info I've got so far. And like I said, I'm communicating with this guy regularly. I'm still trying to take a trip down to Sondors HQ, check out the bikes, the Metacycle. So comment with some questions that you guys want answered. You know, I can ask anything. I can ask the guy anything. So send me your questions and I'll do my best to address all of those and get you answers. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me. That's gonna do it for this video. Whatever you do, please leave a comment, leave some feedback. I love it. Let's talk. Smash that like button if you like the video. Go ahead and subscribe if you like the video and you want to see future videos like it. I've got videos coming out every week. Follow me on Instagram right here, where I'm documenting this e-bike that I'm building. The one that's right behind me. The one that I'm hopefully going to take out for the first time and ride this weekend. Follow me on Twitter, and I'm going to tweet stuff, and we can talk about whatever you want. Non-e-bike stuff. We can talk about consciousness. We can talk about metaphysics. We can talk about religion. We can talk about politics. Whatever you want. All right, guys. Thanks for your support. Thanks for everything. And have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you soon. Be safe out there.